When Russell Westbrook first signed with Jordan Brand, the plan for his signature shoes were to be more of a lifestyle off-the-court look, but things changed. Now he has one of the wildest, most noticeable shoes on the NBA court. Let's take a closer look at his third shoe, the Why Not 0.3. What's up guys, you're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're taking a closer look at the Jordan Why Not 0.3. Before we do that, just do us a quick favor, please hit that subscribe button and we'll get right to it. So as we mentioned, when Westbrook first signed with Jordan Brand, the plan was for his signature shoes to be a little bit different. They went for the off-the-court lifestyle route, and while they were pretty cleanly designed, they sort of tanked at retail. At that time, no one was really looking for a high top, all leather, all suede Air Jordan 1's homage, but things have changed. That shoe will probably do a lot better today. Instead, the direction is now performance shoes and some really wild designs. So before we take a closer look at the 0.3, of course, let's just go over the basics. The Why Not 0.3 in the Zer0 Noise colorway officially releases on January 2nd, and the retail price is $130 for the men's prices. We'll have the full family size pricing up on the screen right here. So before we touch on the colorway, let's just quickly overview what's new with the Why Not 0.3. At first look, the shoe resembles one of those chunky shoes that the luxury brands are putting out. At first glance, because of this strap, it just sort of reminded us of the Vetmont Reebok genetically modified sneaker, but it's clear that's the approach they're going with in terms of a visual appeal. They want that really aggressive, chunky, bulky look. You know, the midsole on the Why Not 0.2s were just insanely huge despite being lightweight. And the same goes for the Why Not 0.3. It looks a little smaller in volume than the Why Not 0.2, but these crazy zigzag peaks that go around pretty much both the medial and lateral sides are definite eye catchers. As you can tell, there's a lot of color blocking opportunities for these to really stand out. Again, instead of going for that really subtle lifestyle premium look, they're going for something that's really wild in your face. You're either gonna love it or you're either gonna hate it kind of things. A big movement pushed forward by the Why Not 0.2 was the whole kind of deconstructed, exposed sort of aesthetic. And here they use clear materials on the midfoot strap. Of course, it's there for containment. Again, you see this Why Not sort of label placed on the lateral side. On the medial side too, again, exposed stitching. You see like the interior workings of the mesh. And again, the whole exposed, deconstructed look isn't really going away anytime soon, at least with the Why Not 0 line. If you look towards the ankle, you can see again, there's that whole interior and exterior layer. Containment is really, really important for Westbrook because even in his 30s, he's still one of the most explosive players in the league, which is why there's a midfoot strap. As you can tell, there's a extra padding at the Achilles. That extra pinch really kind of locks in the ankle. So again, lockdown and containment is really important for Westbrook. There's all these other details, especially with this colorway. This one is called the Zer0 Noise, inspired by his ability just to kind of block out all the extra noise from the media and like the criticisms and whatnot. But there's a bit of a TV sort of aspect to it because of the wild colors. It just kind of reminds us of the 90s, and a lot of the Why Not 0.2 PEs that he's been wearing were inspired by some of his favorite cartoons in the 90s and even in the 2000s. This again touches on that whole TV aesthetic. There's that static sort of pattern here at the forefoot and even at the heel. Then they go for like the wild neons. You got neon pink, green, volt, blue, purple. So they're not really trying to hide the shoe in any sort of way. This is one of the most standout colorways for a launch shoe we've seen in a while. It's just really wild. And again, that's pretty much what you need to do because there's too many signature shoes out in the market and you need to kind of stand out in this way. And even the outsole again has a mix of those multicolored and the static sort of camo style print in these bars again. Kind of reminds you of that screen test colors that come on the TV sometimes. Just to speak a little bit on the construction of the shoe, Westbrook is a big fan of the 28 and the 29. If you're familiar with the Air Jordan 28, it debuted the flight speed, and basically the forefoot and the heel sort of acted independent of one another. It wasn't really like one full piece, so they definitely implemented that once again for the 0.3. The heel and the forefoot is again separated by this exterior piece. It's like a hard plastic piece. Actually fits well with the whole purposeful design of the sole. And again, from the Why Not 0.2, you can see that the heel scoops up and even the midsole sort of like tails inwards. So again, the whole reason for this is because, you know, Westbrook takes these long strides and when he explodes, he's on his heel and then he, you know, jumps forward. Again, it's not just for aesthetic, it's purely to contribute to his style of play. In terms of cushioning, Jordan Brand confirms that it does have forefoot zoom placed right here, and you can kind of see the grooves in the traction. And there are these light flex grooves right at the forefoot. Again, 4-foot zoom is really, really important in basketball because you're more on your toes and you're on your heels. But again, it really depends on the player. But for a guy like Westbrook, he really needs to be on his 4-foot. The shoe itself is extremely lightweight. As you can tell in the upper, it's these very thin layers, lots of meshes, lots of breathable layers. Because it's so many materials, and even with like the taping and the stitching, it just kind of continues that whole deconstructed, exposed look. And of course, if you add the midfoot strap that wasn't in the Why Not 0.2 or the 1, again, gives the shoe a completely different look. The midfoot strap is really a game changer in terms of visuals and performance-wise. And again, containment and lockdown is really important for Westbrook. If you're looking for a new basketball shoe in the new year, this is definitely a great option because it's only 130 bucks. It's really lightweight. In addition to this Zer0 Noise colorway, Jordan Brand also confirms 2 more colorways. There's the family version that's dropping on January 9th. And then there's a heartbeat colorway dropping on February 27th. Again, thanks for watching. Just check the links below if you want to learn more about the Why Not 0.3, and we'll catch you in the next video.